This cruise ship is called the Neptune. It has conquered the stars and seas for decades, but today, it angered the true god of the sea. Just as the people on board were cheering for the new year, the captain suddenly saw a horrifying scene. Too late. A terrifying wave suddenly appeared on the surface, rushing toward the Neptune at high speed. Seeing this, the crew immediately sounded the alarm, and the people celebrating the new year fell into panic when they heard it. They were instantly terrified. At this moment, the colossal wave had already consumed the entire Neptune, and the people aboard had no time to react. Inertia caused them to lose their balance instantly, as the Neptune was engulfed by flames. At this moment, 2/3 of the Neptune had already sunk, and most of the people had drowned. Then the entire Neptune fell into darkness, and the emergency lights turned on. Only the bottom of the boat is visible. Complete sinking is just a matter of time. Many people have survived in the hall. Among them is retired Mayor John. The ballroom on the other side is the same. Chaos and crises are still ongoing. It's either electrocuted or crushed. In the end, only 2 women survived. And Jack, a man trapped under the lighting equipment, survived. In comparison, there are more survivors in the entertainment hall. The manager reassures everyone not to worry. At the moment the ship ran into trouble, an emergency GPS signal was sent out. This room will automatically seal in case of disaster. It will act like a giant bubble to keep the ship afloat, so they are temporarily safe. They just need to hold on for a few hours to get rescued. At this moment, David is studying the Aquaman's blueprint. Deep in thought, he quickly gathered a knife and some light sources. His actions caught the attention of a young boy. David shared his escape plan with the boy, Chris. Meanwhile, John decided to go look for his daughter. An architect cleared a path, and then pried open the elevator. Below them lay an unfathomable depth. There's no way up. Seeing the closed elevator doors opposite, the waiter said that was the case. The only way. Then a few people found a long table, and worked together to set it up in the middle. David first walked to the other side, but he couldn't pry open the elevator door. He then realized the architect's leg. But this way, just as the elevator was falling, the architect was pulled up by David. At the same time, John's daughter Joy didn't give up on her boyfriend, and he teamed up with 2 other survivors to rescue Jack. Just as they were about to leave, John, who hurried to save his daughter, spotted Joy. Then, everyone gathered together, right in the middle of the ship, and to escape to the propeller at the bottom, they had to head upwards. They safely crossed the elevator. He should go first, but wise David and John just smiled, not bothering to compete with Jolone. But just as he reached the middle of the sea, next, a stream of gasoline flowed down from above, and a giant flame surged upwards. David was not one to sit idly by. He quickly grabbed the fire hose, and hurriedly avoided the surface flames by diving into the water. He quickly swam to the other side. Then he climbed up and secured the water bag. Thus, John and his daughter reached the other side safely. Meanwhile, the Sea King erupted again. Floating again was now a dream. Water was continuously flooding the Sea King. The lounge's glass shattered instantly. It was too late for the survivors to escape. In a few seconds, the glass was completely broken. Water rushed into the room. It submerged everything. At this moment, David and the others were in great danger. The path ahead led to a dead end. The water was surging from behind. At that moment, John found a vent. With no options left, they had to crawl into the pipe. But the pipe was quickly filling with water. They got stuck at the pipe's entrance. As they were about to be submerged, Alice took out her cross necklace. In this critical moment, John unscrewed the vent and crawled out. Jake could result in them all drowning. As they argued, the seawater was about to flood the compartment. Seeing this, John quickly shut the door, while David opened the valve immediately. With no other options, they had to wait by the valve for the pressure to open it. Soon, the seawater was about to submerge them, and they could only take one last breath before diving into the water. But the valve did not open. David anxiously began to pound on it. At a critical moment, David kicked the valve open, and they were swept out with the water. Just as they found the way out, Alice unfortunately lost her life signs. Then, the others had to continue on. Jack found the hull structure again, and through analysis, he realized he was not far from the ship's propeller. Meanwhile, the whole ship is violently exploding. Right after, the King of the Sea tilts again, and at that moment, what